Attention passionate Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Seahawks fans, buckle up because the NFL rumor mill is buzzing, and what's being discussed could have massive implications for our team's future. Word on the street, coming from credible sources like Rossini and other insiders, suggests that the Philadelphia Eagles might be looking to make a significant move, one that could shake up the NFC and give our Seahawks a golden opportunity. And it involves none other than A.J. Brown, the Eagles' physical and explosive wide receiver. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Brown is a legit star, a guy who can take over games with his YAC ability, contested catches, and sheer physicality. Rumors indicate that Philadelphia could be willing to part ways with him, and in return they're eyeing draft picks from Seattle, specifically a first-round and a second-round pick. It's a bold move, but one that could make sense for both sides if the numbers line up and the Eagles see a rebuild on the horizon. Let's talk about what this means for the Eagles first. Right now, Philly is sitting at 6-8, and their offense has been stagnant, averaging just 23 points per game in 2025. That's not enough for a team with Super Bowl aspirations, especially when their passing game lacks the spark it once had. A.J. Brown, despite missing a couple of games with a shoulder injury in Week 5, has been a beast when healthy. In 2025, he's racked up some impressive stats, 90 receptions for around 300 yards and 12 touchdowns. His yards per reception sit at an impressive 14. And his YAC, yards after catch, averages 6.2 yards, putting him in the top tier among wide receivers. His PFF grade is a stellar 91, reflecting his dominance on the field. Additionally, his EPA per target is plus 0.35, and he averages about 2.4 yards per route run, showing how effective he is at creating separation and making plays. Even with a shoulder injury that sidelined him for 2 games, Brown's contested catch rate remains solid at 60%. This guy is a difference maker, a true gladiator on the field capable of changing the game in a heartbeat. But here's the thing, Philly's front office is cautious. They're looking at the big picture and considering their rebuild options. Their odds of winning the Super Bowl are at plus 10-0, which aren't great, and they're prioritizing draft picks to bolster their offensive line and rebuild their depth. Brown's massive cap hit of $27 million doesn't make life easier, especially when they're trying to focus on the long term. The Eagles seem to be focusing on acquiring assets, especially on the offensive line, rather than locking into a star receiver whose contract could be a burden during a rebuild. They're pretty much looking at the big picture, even if it means parting ways with a player as talented as Brown. Now, shifting to the Seahawks side of things, this is where it gets interesting for us. At 8-6, our team is in the thick of the playoff chase, but we've got some needs, especially at receiver. After the injury to DK Metcalf, there's been a noticeable drop in our deep threat ability, and we've been searching for ways to diversify our offense. Adding a player like Brown could be just what we need to push us over the top. His ability to rack up yards after catch and create mismatches would complement Lockett perfectly, giving us a dynamic duo that defenses would dread. The projection is that Brown could bring around 350 yards this season, which would be a huge boost for our offense, elevating our EPA per pass to plus 0.32. That's a significant increase, and it would give Geno Smith a much-needed weapon to work with outside of Lockett. Let's break down the numbers a bit more. When you compare Brown to our current WR2, it's clear he's a game changer. He averages about 1.8 yards more per separation than our current options, and he's winning 16% more contested catches. This isn't just about stats, it's about the impact he can have in clutch moments. We saw Chase do similar things with the Bengals in 2023, and Brown has that same ability to take over a game. His YAC ability opens up opportunities for play-action passes, especially when Darnold is under center, and that's a huge strategic advantage. If we manage to secure him, it's projected to boost our odds of winning the division and even getting deeper into the playoffs. In fact, the Super Bowl odds could jump from plus 1,500 to plus 650. reflecting the confidence the betting markets would have in our revamped offense with Brown leading the charge. And the tactical benefits are just as exciting. Brown's physical presence in the red zone and across the middle would give Darnold more options, and his ability to win contested catches would help us extend drives in tight situations. Defenses would have to account for him everywhere, which could free up lanes for Lockett and the rest of our receivers. Plus, with Brown adding that deep threat element, our offense becomes much more unpredictable. His presence on the field would force defenses to respect our passing game more, opening up running lanes and play-action opportunities that could be game-changers. Now, let's not forget the historical context here. The Seahawks have a rich history of trading for impactful receivers. Think of how Steve Largent, Darrell Jackson, and more recently, Tyler Lockett, have shaped our identity. A trade for Brown would be a continuation of that legacy, elevating our WR core to a new level and giving us a true game breaker. It's about creating a versatile, dynamic offense capable of competing with the best in the league. And if we can pull it off, it's not just about this season. This could be a move that sets the tone for a new Seahawks dynasty. We've seen what a star receiver can do for a team, and Brown's combination of size, speed, and YAC ability makes him a perfect fit for our offensive philosophy. Of course, there are questions from the Eagles' side. They're not just giving him away, they're looking for assets that can help them rebuild faster. They're prioritizing draft picks to strengthen their offensive line, which has struggled at times this season. Brown's cap hit is hefty, and that's a factor. But if the Seahawks can swing this deal, it could be a win-win. We'd get a proven superstar who's still in his prime, and Philadelphia would gain valuable draft capital to accelerate their rebuild. The potential impact on our team is huge. It's not just about adding another receiver. It's about transforming our offense into a more potent, versatile unit that can compete at the highest level. With Brown's ability to make yards after the catch and win contested throws, our offense becomes much harder to stop. It also gives us a blueprint for how to build around our stars, emphasizing speed, physicality, and matchup advantages. So, Seahawks fans, this rumor isn't just idle chatter. It's a glimpse of a possible future where our team takes a bold step forward. If we can land A.J. Brown, it's a statement that we're serious about making a deep playoff run and competing for a Super Bowl. The division is getting tougher, but with moves like this, we can stay ahead of the curve and set ourselves up for sustained success. It's about building a team that's versatile, explosive, and ready to take on anyone. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Do you think this trade makes sense? Would you be excited to see Brown in our uniform? Or do you think Philly should hold on to him and focus on their rebuild? Either way, this is the kind of move that could define our season and beyond. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Seattle Seahawks news. We're in a crucial moment, and together we can make sure we're always ahead of the game. Go Seahawks.